10 cases of measles have been reported in Florida now, with the outbreak starting at Manatee Bay Elementary School in South Florida's Broward County. 8% of kindergartners in that county are not vaccinated for measles, according to state data. Florida Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo, appointed in 2021 by Governor Ron DeSantis, has come under heavy criticism from medical experts in recent days for his response to the outbreak. Ladapo, so far, has not advised parents of exposed children to have their kids quarantined or to be vaccinated if they have not already been. Since he was tapped for the job by Governor DeSantis, Surgeon General Ladapo has amplified questionable medical advice and anti-vax talking points about the COVID-19 vaccine. Joining us now, NBC News medical contributor Dr. Vin Gupta. Dr. Gupta, it's good to have you with us. So let's talk about 10 cases of measles. That, as a raw number, may not sound like a huge outbreak to people, but it is, because we thought it had been eradicated from this country. So can you speak to what this is telling you, not just about South Florida, but about this idea of anti-vax rhetoric that's floating around the country?
Well, good morning, Willie. This is a serious topic, deserves a serious treatment. Thank you. This is a big deal because what's happening in Broward County is emblematic of what's happening across the Southeast United States, parts of the country elsewhere as well, which is this misinformation driven by people like Ladapo. I won't give him the honorific of doctor. This is now driving parents to say, I'm not going to get the measles shot for my child. Here's where there's a problem. For kids less than 5 who are unvaccinated and exposed, potentially testing positive for measles, Willie, if they test positive, mortality rates can be as high as 12 to 15%. Yes, we went back and forth about how much of a risk COVID was for kids. It's very clear measles is one of the riskiest types of infectious diseases in the world for children that are unprotected. Ladapo is playing with fire here because there's a serious risk that kids are going to end up in the hospital, unvaccinated, unprotected. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. Kindergartners in Broward County that were exposed, unvaccinated. He's telling them, you know what, it's up to you. You, the parent, to get them vaccinated under 72 hours. That's wrong. It's violating do no harm. He should be removed from his position. There should be an overseeing body to do that. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
And given the reality right now, the numbers we're seeing right now in Florida, do we expect these numbers to go up? I mean, how do you turn this around at this point?
Well, Mika, here's the thing with measles. There's hopefully a lot of kiddos and families that have been vaccinated. Just like with other infectious diseases, there can be asymptomatic or mild presentations of measles that you may not even notice. So I imagine cases are a lot higher than we imagine or are seeing right now. But yes, I do expect cases to increase. Unfortunately, kiddos potentially ending up in the hospital. And here's where there's a problem. Over the course of the last 5 years, Mika, pediatric bed capacity has declined because pediatric hospitals have shuttered, peds beds have transitioned to adult beds. So as we're seeing more and more vulnerability in kids, we're also seeing less ability of hospitals to care for kids who might end up seriously ill. So we're baking in this vulnerability, have less system capacity to care for these types of situations.
And Dr. Gupta, we're now seeing the consequences of a couple of years now, several years, if you want to go back to the beginning of COVID-19, of this vaccine skepticism, all the conspiracy theories that are floating around on the internet that people have bought into. You have a fairly prominent presidential candidate who's staked a lot of his career on that in Robert Kennedy Jr. right now. As you see it, how much of what we're seeing in Florida is the product of all of that garbage?
Oh, it's the direct results of it, Willie. You and I have had this conversation. Absolutely. I have people reaching out to me saying, hey, who should get the measles vaccine now? People in Florida are wondering. I think many are watching it right now. So here's real information. If you were born before 1957, we're presumed that you're already immunized. If you have had known 2 prior doses of the vaccine, you're okay. If you've been previously exposed, you're okay. If you've had titers confirming immunity, you're okay. If you're unvaccinated or think you've only had 1 dose, talk to your medical provider. And critically, especially all Floridians in Broward County, if you're pregnant and you're unsure, talk to your obstetrician. Really a lot of vulnerability there.
NBC News medical contributor Dr. Vin Gupta, I'm sure we'll be talking to you about this again and following up. Thank you very much.